To the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If everybody could use their phones or put it on vibrate, that would be good. I appreciate that. Okay, we had executive session starting at 5:15 for personnel issues. Janet, we have a roll call, please.
Mrs. Boyce. Here. Mr. Bova.
Here.
Mrs. Burns. Here. Mrs. Delaney.
Here.
Mrs. McBride.
Here.
Mrs. Mungo. Here. Mr. Ritter.
Here.
Dr. Singh.
Here.
Mrs. Warning.
Do we have any comments from anybody in the audience? Seeing none, thank you for coming. On agenda items, yes, thank you. Okay, any discussions from board members? Okay, all right, let's just. Yes, Mrs.
Did you know? Just today is National Typewriters Day. And a reason I thought that was interesting too, because I remember typewriters, and I don't think young people, or even some of you may not remember them that well. But I thought it was interesting because we evolved from typewriters into computers and so forth. And it's just interesting to read. And they said to celebrate today, you can throw a typewriter tea party, typewriter scavenger hunt, compose a typewritten letter to a friend. So I just said, how many people have just totally forgotten about typewriters? I have an antique typewriter. That has nothing to do
Mrs. Delaney, do you know the home keys?
I beg your pardon?
Do you know the home keys on a typewriter?
I did not take typing, so this is me. Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately.
just wondering.
But
John, Jack, Gateway graduates, was it required when you graduated to take typing?
Ninth grade, Mrs. Truckamovich.
I had to take typing to graduate from Gateway.
wow.
I was in kind of upper track stuff, so they.
And you're absolutely right.
The assumption, yeah.
We had
I
to
did
take
not have to take it
Calculus.
when you went up the track.
You
were in the-
It was mandatory when I graduated in
Oh, you
'87.
too.
It wasn't mandatory.
It wasn't
But I took it.
Yeah,
it was
which I
part
wish
of
I
it. You
had.
had to do it for a term.
Okay, Mr. Ritter.
So I'd like to
Just
say that we've got an Independence Day parade coming up here in Monroeville, Pitcairn, just to make sure that everybody comes out and waves and says hello and gets together as a community. This is important. Our country was founded by people that, traveled great distances and laid down their lives and built a nation with rules and laws and all that kind of stuff. And so it didn't come from nowhere. And this is our chance to get together as a community and celebrate our independence.
Thank you. Mrs. Delaney, did you have something else?
Well, this is also Children's Awareness Month, and we are involved with children. So just to keep that in mind, they started it back in the 1990s, and when the National Children and Family Awareness of America got started. And it was founded in Northern California. So just because of the fact, as I said, we do work with children, so we want to keep that in mind. Also, today is, she's still living, today is Wilma Rudolph's birth. She was born in 1940 on today, and have acclaimed many awards as far as Olympic track star and all. And I thought that was also very interesting. And I had a wonderful time at all the Juneteenth celebrations. I went to as many as I could.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, Mr. Zarellis, please, the financial.
Thanks, Mrs. Warning. Item 4.1, or item 4, financial reports. Item 4.1 lists the bills of June 2025. Item 4.2, financial statements are May of 2025.
I'll make that.
Second.
I have questions.
Sure.
All right, so I had an opportunity to kind of go through everything, and thank you, Mike, for explaining some things to me. It makes sense. When I saw that $600 telephone bill and $500, I was like, that can't be for a month. But that's over a course of our time. And you rectified, you explained the 9 people that didn't have the description for the checks that were issued. Thank you for that. Charter schools. We spend a lot of money on charter schools. I guess I just needed to know, is there a price per kid for those schools? And is it different for each charter school that's listed?
No, that's the whole, excuse me, that's the whole mess with the state. Currently, our charter school, for regular ed, it's around 14,000, and for special ed, it's 43,000. And that's why, once the kids, in my opinion, get into charter school, from what I'm told, they can only have one class or an IEP or whatever that month, and right away they're special ed. So they might go in regular ed, but they come out special ed.
So you saying all of our kids that go to charter school?
The kids that are in charter schools that are placed in it or decide to go to a charter school to start out as regular ed, we pay $14,000 a year. But once they're there, charter schools will find some creative way to make them special ed, in my opinion. And what would you rather get, 43,000 or 14,000?
Well,
and that's
I
what
mean,
the politicians are trying to make it even across the board.
That is what we're paying right now, regardless of
Right.
what we bill.
Right.
So regular ed per kid is 14,000?
43,000.
13,000 some change, so it's say 14,000.
Right.
So how many kids, do we have a number assigned to that amount? I just want to know how many
Yeah.
kids we know from our district who are in charter.
Right. And just to add that every school district pays a different amount, so it's not fair across the board.
Well, I understand that too, but right now, this is what we're paying.
Right.
It-
Yes, yeah. That's why we're starting a program to try to bring our kids back.
I just want to have a better understanding of
Yeah.
the money. I mean,
Yeah.
we passed the budget. Unfortunately,
Right.
we had to raise taxes. Val was the only one that voted no, and I get that. And I'm like,
Right.
well, how can we figure out how to save some money? Right?
Yeah.
We vote no. If we vote no, we got to figure out a way
Right.
to figure it out to help taxpayers. Is
it
that? I think that's
Oh,
fair.
it definitely
I mean, we
is
got to
stepping
do our
in the right
job,
direction.
right?
Oh, I
So
agree.
that's what I'm asking.
That's
I got you the enrollment, I have a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Is there any chance this new budget that their state's working on, because they were on TV and they had a panel, or is there any chance that they're going to do anything about this time around?
From what I'm hearing is they were doing a flat $8,000, but I don't believe that's going to make it. There may be some adjustment. It may be somewhere in the middle, but I'm hearing the budget's not even going to get passed by the 30th anyway.
So if we bring those kids back to the district, then we're not paying
Correct.
that amount
Right.
for those kids. So the goal is to
Bring
I know
them
that was
back.
one of your
Yep,
things
yep.
you wanted to
And
do
then-
when you became superintendent.
Yep.
And then
We started that. We started the mailers and we're following up. This is the summer. Yes.
you're going to let us know what kind of reaction you get if these people end up on our doorstep and they're going to
Right.
register their kids.
Because it'd be nice to see, am I reading this right, 3.7 million on here
Charter.
for charter? It'd be nice to reduce that.
And you know what, too, there's the busing associated. That figure doesn't include busing to wherever they're going to go. Correct?
Not the cyber ones. There's no.
Well, cyber is
But the brick and mortar.
Right.
The brick and mortar
Within
charter.
10 miles. Yes.
So that,
And private schools.
that would be
Right.
the private schools, they're paying tuition in some cases.
Yeah. And then if
So
you
I think-
remember, about 2 months ago, Dr. Rossi suggested, we hired that firm that's gonna go to their house and make sure those kids live where they say, because they move in, you don't know sometime. And we hired an outside firm that's gonna, right now, we get their driver's license and maybe a utility bill from the charter school, say they live here. But now we're really gonna we're gonna test it.
All that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You started that or going to?
we started, yeah.
So if that's the way we can reduce that
Right,
number,
definitely.
that's what we want to do.
Because you got kids moving in the district, moving out of the district, and all we get from them is maybe a driver's license, a utility bill, or something of that nature that proves that it's not really concrete.
So the other districts that are in the list of bills, like Butler Area School, Camden McMillan, Salisbury Township School District, I don't even know where that's at. Upper St. Clair School District, these are students that are being placed there for alternative education?
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They could be court appointed.
Do they still live in our
They live
district?
in our district, and whatever issues they have a special facility within that district, so that district bills for that facility.
Where's Salisbury
They bill
Township?
us, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not too far. Okay.
Yes,
So, Mrs. Warner, I just wanted to let you know, I've been trying to keep my eye on the social media traffic and on the regular media traffic. And I've noticed that a lot of school districts are going through the exact same exercise that we went through a week or two ago with the question of raising taxes. And Indiana School District, Butler School District, Franklin Regional, I think it's Allegheny, Kiski Valley, there's a bunch of them. And then it goes into a little bit of detail as to what the issues, they're the exact same issues that we have. Charter schools, the cost of retirement, the cost of eggs, all those same sort of calculuses. Then they ask the question, should we dip into the rainy day fund or not? And if it gets us too low, that's troublesome. And then we had the COVID money that came in, and we spent all that. We can't rely on that anymore. So every same issue that we hashed through and then took the action we did, some of the other schools are doing right now, and some of them are raising taxes a whole lot more than we did, percentage-wise. And so I think this team here has done as well as it can. It was painful, and I think we did the right thing. And we don't like it, but it was still the right thing to do.
But I think what we're looking at is how can we avoid
Of
next year?
course.
That's, where can we find the fact, so to speak, and cut it?
federal, where the money's gonna come from.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Good
for
all
answering.
question.
I'm good.
Good
You answered
questions, thank
everything. Thank you.
Okay, so we need a vote?
Wait a second, you're ready for a vote. We're ready.
Have a vote.
Mr. Bowe?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns? Aye. Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Okay, item 5, would like to have a motion for approval for the minutes from the study session of May 25.
So moved.
And I need approval for a motion to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of May 25.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion to approve the minutes for the Finance Committee meeting of May 25.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion to approve the minutes for the Curriculum and Equity Committee meeting in June of 25.
Second. Well, everybody
So
move?
moved.
Oh, second.
Jana, could you just do an all call, please?
Aye.
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 Thanks.
Aye.
Do I have to do it for?
Oh, that's a finance
Sorry
committee.
about that, okay. We're voting on all of them.
Roll call for all.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Mrs. Burns? Aye. Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bova?
Aye.
Okay, personnel, Mr. Ringe, please.
Sure. Thank you, Ms. Warning. Recommend grouping items 6.1 leave and 6.2 sabbatical as contained herein.
So moved. So moved.
Second.
Jana, can I have a roll call, please, on those two?
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bova?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns? Aye.
Recommend grouping item 6.3 resignation and item 6.4 employment as contained herein.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? On the unemployment list, how are we doing for the number of open positions for teachers? I know you were fortunately able to add a lot since last week.
We are still, for our July meeting, we will look to hire a math teacher, math lab teacher, anticipate hiring a math coach as well as 3 additional special education teachers.
And do you have a reasonable pipeline on those right now?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we are still conducting interviews back tomorrow.
And a math lab teacher where?
High school.
In the math coach?
The math coach is going to service elementary and middle school,
Oh, okay.
primarily situated at the middle school.
Okay, so a lab, high school, the coach, the other buildings, okay.
Mrs. Warren, can I call out Mary Kromka?
I was just
She
going
was
to
a
do that.
basketball star, her brother, John Paul. I mean, you can't throw a rock without hitting a bunch of the Kromkas. Big family, wonderful family. So happy to see her graduating, coming back to teach her special ed. Wow.
It's great to have
We
alumni.
are the winners.
Yes.
Well, can I call out Shirley Gottman?
Sure.
She's a fantastic person and a worker from Forbes Hospital and other parts of the district that she worked.
Okay. Any other questions? Can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bobo?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Item 6.5, just a little backstory, we did some research, so Ms. Estock's term is up, and we do need to approve it for another 4-year term. So she is listed as item 6.5.1 as school board secretary for a 4-year term, 7/1/2025 through 6/30/2029.
Does that mean she can't retire for 4 years?
That's what I asked her.
Hey, Janet.
We'll see what Paul says about that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Position.
And then item 6.5.2, the 25-26 athletic, academic, and performance club supplementals as listed. That is for fall athletics in particular.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? There was actually, I think there's a duplicate on there. If you go to the very back, there's a drama theater club advisor and a sponsor with the same dollar value. I think that might be a duplicate by different terms. Yes,
Drama.
maybe?
Drama Theater Club Advisor.
Yeah.
I'm only seeing,
And then there's a sponsor at the very last line on the last page.
Oh, okay.
And then there's an advisor, it's the same person
Okay.
with the same dollar value. I mean, I think that might be the same activity.
Right.
There's other things on there, like, musical producer, I can see that being different, but those actually might be the same.
we will get clarity on that. There is actually a number of music positions that we are still
Yeah, I
open,
noticed that the marching band especially seemed to be missing some.
which we would like to
Okay.
bring up for July 14th.
Are there any other ones that are open besides some of the
There's
music
like
ones?
robotics club. There
Okay.
is some that we're not sure there's any interest, but there are some like marching band that we
Okay.
believe there are people, they just did not respond to the advertisement.
Yeah, I know, some are in people's, do you guys usually communicate that on their like school district emails, or does that, because they're not often employees, so,
Yeah, website and email, and then
Okay.
sharing it with like the band director and the music coordinator to also push out to people that they know have held those positions. So there will be additional positions that will coming up that we'll have to approve, ideally for July.
okay. So would that make sense then for us to just hold all the supplementals to July, so we have the full list for the fall?
It would make sense, yes, to hold off till we have a few more.
Oh, lawyer, so do I have to we have to table the list that's on here?
Yeah, you
So
do
we
a motion to
put it-
table for
Okay.
July.
So we'll have the full list then in
Yep.
July? Okay. Then I make a motion to table.
Second.
652 for the list of supplementals until we have a full list in July. Thanks,
Janet?
Susan.
Could you do a roll call, please?
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce? Aye. Mr. Boba?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Okay. Dr. Checky, could you please do administration?
Thank you, Ms. Warning. Item 7.1 through item 7.9 for approval this evening. Item 7.10 begins the portion of the items that were added after the study session. Item 7.10, approve the agreement and lease between Gateway School District and Pittsburgh After School Academy. 7.11, approve the agreement and lease between Gateway School District and Achievers After School Academy. 7.12, we have 4 policies as listed. 7.13, approve the agreement between Gateway School District and Human Services Administration Organization. And item 7.14, we have 2 training opportunities listed.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
The after-school activities in 710, so does that, count them on, and we have one for each elementary school
Elementary,
now, right?
yes.
That covers us for all of them?
All of them.
Okay.
Yep.
And then once we've approved this, do they get to then send out the email?
They've
Get
already,
signed?
they've already begun that, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Mrs. Estock, could I please have a roll call?
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Boba?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Israelis?
Thank you, Mrs. Warning. Item 8.1, approve the resolution between Gateway School District and Forbes Career and Training Center for the DESA project. Item 8.2, approve the sponsors agreement between Gateway School District and the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh for the 25-26 school year. Item 8.3, approve to advertise to bid for the food service vehicle. Item 8.4, approve the following vendors as listed for the milk and dairy, bread, and bakery bids. Item 8.5, approve the payment of all applicable district bills by the business manager for the month of July 2025. Item 8.6, approve the renewals and applicable premium payments for the following district insurance coverage policies for the 25-26 fiscal year as listed. Item 8.7, approve the renewals and premium payments for the following applicable district insurance coverage policies for the 25-26 fiscal year as listed. Item 8.8, approve Michael Zarella as business manager as the district school board treasurer for a 1-year period commencing July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026. Item 8.9, approve the designation of Dollar Bank as a district depository of funds for a 1-year period from July of 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Item 8.10, approve the continuing investment district fund for one of the more following financial institutions, various banks, the Pennsylvania School District Liquid Asset Fund, and any other appropriate FDIC insured financial institution not specifically listed above during a period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Item 8.11, approve the agreement from the Allegheny Intermediate Unit for Natural Gas from UGI Energy Services LLC from September 2025 through August of 2028 at a discounted rate since Gateway is a member of the AIU Natural Gas Consortium. Item 8.12, approve the following district donations for the 24-25 school year as listed. Item 8.13, approve the kitchen upgrades at Ramsey Elementary by Hockenstein Mechanical for MOU upgrades to the roof exhaust fan and rooftop systems in the amount of $198,750. This is a CoStar company and part of the capital improvement budget for facilities. Item 8.14, approve the purchase of an electrician's van with heavy-duty trailer tow package from TriStar for the amount of $61,028.95 per CoStar's pricing. On 8.15, approve the closure of all PNC accounts and escheat all outstanding checks to the Pennsylvania Treasury Department as of July 31st, 2025. Item 8.16, approve the agreement with Centermark and Gateway School District. Item 8.17, approve the technology purchases for the 25-26 school year as listed.
So moved. Are there any questions on any of these?
8.14, is this a vehicle that will be added to our fleet, or is it replacing a vehicle?
That's the electric.
Yeah, it's replacing. The one that currently will barely pass inspection and has.
Yeah, I was wondering, I
That's
saw
the
the
one.
pictures.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to trade that in or anything?
He's gonna try to use it on campus, I think, until to haul some
Until
things.
someone falls to the
Yeah.
bottom of it?
Well, and it's, yeah, but we're looking at all possibilities of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or can we donate it to Forbes and let them
Let them
use
fix
it
it,
as
yeah.
a project to work on?
That's a good idea.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Gives them something to
Yeah.
tinker with,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, the picture that Pat had, was that the 2008 model?
No, that was actually earlier.
It was even earlier
than
than 2008.
2008. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can we just vote on giving it to
Yeah.
Forbes?
We'll see if they want it, and we can do that the
Let's
14th.
get first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just one last thing, I know I asked this last week. The student accident for the $98 that the parents would pay, there's no exclusionary provisions in there. That would cover them if they're student athletes in
Right.
addition. So no matter what they're doing, that
Right,
would
it's
cover
in
them.
addition. I did reach out to the insurance carrier, I haven't heard back from, to see if they have additional insurance other than just football for the parents to purchase.
Okay, because I
But it
just want to
covers
make
all
sure
sports.
that that was not exclusionary. There
Yeah.
was no exclusion
No,
to that
there's no
98. That includes everybody. Okay.
So we discussed the food service vehicle last week at some length. I know you can't, and we got a nice email from our food service director making his case. I know you can't predict in the future how much this might save us in case the eventualities he described happen. So how about in the past? If we had this thing for the last 5 years, would it have saved us any money?
Probably, I don't, be honest with you, just a manpower because,
Look at this, Mike. There's no way you have this information at your fingertips.
no, I don't.
So
But in talking with.
Let me give you an example that Martin shared was.
Martin shared with me today, this van that they currently use is shared with students, so when they had to haul stuff, they had to take the seats out. And they were limited to what they could put in a haul between buildings. Instead of making one trip, they might be making 3 or
All
4.
right, so let me interrupt again. We discussed this last week. We can buy another vehicle that's not refrigerated that multiple departments could use. We discussed this last week. When you get the refrigerated vehicle, it's then a vehicle almost exclusively used for this purpose.
Right.
So the question I'm asking is, if we had this thing for the last 5 years, what would it have saved us? Because I assume if an electrician's truck, 60,000, a refrigerator truck's
Right.
gonna be 70 or 80, I don't know, guessing. So what would it have saved
What
us?
did Martin say about purchasing in bulk and sales?
Last year, they were able to, when the government gets a lot of food, a lot of school districts don't have the capacity to store it. We do. So we could buy things in bulk. We could get it distributed. We could pick, sometimes you have to pick it up. Sometimes you have to distribute to the buildings, but you have to be able to take the food, like right now, something occurs. He said, like, we bought chicken nuggets last year. He said we saved 10 grand just by being able to have the storage up here.
All right, so the storage is staying up there, and we bought the nuggets for 10 grand, and we got them there.
Right.
Without this truck,
Right, but he's saying it was distributing after the fact.
which we also did, yes.
We always did, but we're back to the taking the
If
seats
we had
out.
another
and all.
vehicle that could be used for multiple entities
Right.
without refrigeration,
Well-
that also would have happened.
And he's saying with the refrigeration, with the weather, with the heat, things of that nature was going, it's probably not the most, it's probably not the safest environment putting food in a van where kids ran and all
At
that
this
kind
point,
of.
there's never been a problem with the safety of our food, yes?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So we keep spending money, just what we do. And we raise the taxes of these folks, and there are certainly things we have to do. Absolutely, these are This one strikes me as a bit more of a luxury at this moment, given the fact that we've never had, oh, sorry, we did have one years ago that we've been without for a good while.
Right.
So we can bid. My problem with bidding is I know how this system works. When you bid, now there's a crack in the dam. Now we get the bid, oh, it's only 52. It's not the 70 that blowhard said it would be. We just saved 20 grand. So.
Right, I know.
And we can't use it for anything else.
Yeah, there was a question about which budget line it was in the food service budget, because I did not see it clearly linked that.
I'll find it.
I still don't see that information.
You said something about equipment, that's the
Yeah,
only
there
other
was a
place.
generic equipment
But
line.
but that's the
Yeah.
only other place it could have
Right.
been.
And we had also asked last week, Mike, that we had used a round figure of $2 million for our food service budget. And you thought that 1 point something came from the state. Did you find that number?
No, I was on vacation, I'm sorry. I'll get it to you.
Okay. So Jack, let me see if I can add to a question that popped into my mind that when you brought this up. That is, Mike said that we were able to buy some things in bulk and save some money, $10,000 for chicken nuggets. If we had this refrigerated vehicle, perhaps we could buy refrigerated cheese and chicken and steak and all the other things that we could buy in bulk if we have enough storage area. Then using this truck, take it to all the various elementary school, middle school buildings as a matter of having stored it first at a cheap rate and then deliver it. But if we don't have a vehicle that can transport it well, then we have to sort of limit the amount of great sales that we latch onto, like one purchase of a $10,000 chicken nuggets, which is sort of small, so to speak, the amount of chicken that the kids devour. So am I on the right track with this? Am I asking the right type of a question?
No,
In other words,
You're simply rephrasing what's already been said.
Right.
We bought the stuff before, we have the storage capacity, we've moved it with our existing vehicles without any detriment to the food or the students. And there's been more. I don't know why.
that's what
Yeah, because we have the storage.
We already have the storage, that's
Right.
not limited by the amount of food we can have by our storage.
Okay.
Supposedly, it's because we would be, actually, there's no reason, I'm sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say, from what I'm aware of, when they purchase it, the company delivers it to the school. It's not that we're going to pick it up. I believe like US Foods and,
I think was he saying in some cases you have to go
Right.
get it, not obviously not in all.
Not very often, and we were told that because of the logistics, size of the truck, whatever, the food is always delivered here and not delivered to the individual schools where it's actually gonna be used, correct?
There's
So there's no way to-
some circumstances, yeah.
Turner's, I
So there's no way to
believe.
revise that? I mean, there's like, we all
From
know
what
the
I'm
schools
saying,
look
his
like.
biggest thing is safety and getting it, like, you might have to make a couple of trips in a day of manpower. And that was the
Okay, bigger
biggest issue.
van takes care of the trips. All right, I think I understand, and you'll get the numbers on the state budget.
Right, I'll
And,
get it.
Again, we advertise, we're one step closer to doing something that to this point, we don't seem to need to do, and we just keep spending the people's money, but.
So
Yes, what do
you're
you
making
suggest?
a motion to table this.
That was on that.
Okay.
Running out of 8.3 table.
Fine, next
I
motion.
make a motion to table 8.3.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Janet, could we have a roll call on the other ones, please? Okay,
This is everything else.
8.1 through 8.17, except for 8.3.
I have one more question for Mike. So the closing PNC accounts, it talks about outstanding checks. How many do
yeah.
we have? How much?
And I just looked at them too. I'd say in the general fund, like 180 checks for $200,000.
Okay.
Some of them are school employees that I'm reaching out to, said, did you cash this? If not, before I cancel them and void them and all that.
Okay, so like you cancel and void them and then it gets reported to the state,
state.
like that
We-
yeah, so the unclaimed property.
Unclaimed
number,
property,
right?
yeah.
So then they would actually have to go through that whole process and
yeah,
fill out all
you
those
got it.
forms. And I know we've all done that at
Right.
least one time when we found things that we had before.
That's why I'm trying to
Okay.
minimize what we
Okay.
have to send to the state.
Thanks.
Okay. Dr. Singh,
Yes. Aye.
Mrs. Horning,
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce,
Aye.
Mr. Nova,
Aye.
Mrs. Burns, Mrs. Delaney,
Aye.
Mrs. McBride,
Aye.
Ms. Longo? Aye. Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, number 9, do we have any board member resolutions? None, okay. Any comments from residents on non-agenda items? Okay, Ross?
Mike out. All right.
I had a question on the supplemental.
We table.
You mentioned.
We can talk after. We can talk after. Yeah. Good, Dr. Checky.
Congratulations, Sea Perch teams, the 2025 Sea Perch International Competition at the University of Maryland. The hydrodynamics team took overall second, Coral Cruisers team overall 32nd, and 181 teams participated. So congratulations to them. And there's a good picture of the team right there with our coaches.
They did a great job.
I just want to say one thing. My neighbor is part of this, and we give our students so many opportunities that they would never have. And I just, the parents were so excited at just everything that he's learning and the places that they're going that they never would be. So I just want to thank the district for putting them out there.
It was a Gateway Middle School and a high school team, so it's good.
Also, congratulations, Piper, selected as a national winner. Piper Munyon for the Veterans Legacy Program, one of 10 winners of the 25 Vietnam Veterans Legacy of Service Awards.
And this was through Mr. Ruby's class at the high school, so I want to thank Mr. Ruby as well for providing this opportunity for Piper. So that was another great job. And then Ms. Mungo asked about the sponsorship advertisement information. This is the information. This is the packet that's on the website. So it's hard to see here, but if you click under the department tab, athletics, and then it's listed right there. And then we'll be blasting it out again. We've placed barcodes in the In Monroeville magazine. We still have the barcode, so still trying to promote this a little bit. So that's that. Again, kindergarten registration is open. That's the banner for the registration on the website. Sooner the better to make sure we have classrooms available and teachers available.
Progress since last week?
Not much, kind of steady, yeah. Well, it'll slow down now. That's why we're trying to keep promoting it.
Till August.
Until August. We'll promote it throughout July on all social media outlets as well. And then again, just promoting the free lunch that's available June 17th through August 7th at Evergreen Elementary, Pitcairn Borough Building, from 11 to 1, Monday through Thursday.
Do you know how the turnout is by chance?
I didn't talk about that yesterday, no. All right, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Are there any board committee reports?
I do have, is John Walsh on there?
Excuse me, yes I am.
Hi, John. Evergreen, everything straightened out with the floor? You got the thing about the door was, when you put the new floor, or not Evergreen, excuse me, Cleveland Stewart, I'm sorry. I meant.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
straightened away.
Everything's straightened away and taken care of.
John, you want to give an update on University Park roof?
University Park roof. We are the library section and a new section of the building, the newest section, I should say, is complete except for the outside metal molding. On the top roof, they are almost to the halfway point of the top roof, and the anticipated finishing it is the second week in August. On the construction out front, now that the rain has stopped, we finally got out of the ground. Today we were pouring concrete for the slab, and the next step is start building the walls up and closing it in. On the sores out front, we found the clog. We also found the reason it keeps clogging. We're doing a little bit of extra digging in the front yard up there to where it all comes together. We're going to open that up, make it so it flows easier, and we're going to bring a clean out right to the surface. And that's the update.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Motion to adjourn, please.
Well, I have one for the good of the committee, and that is,
Okay.
if we wanted to, this board could hold a retreat, a board retreat, perhaps sometime this summer, just get together and talk about various things, not to make any decisions about anything financial, but just to gather more information, or to think about other things that we might want to do. For example, discuss the possibility of a meet and greet in a local community park so that people, if they wanted to, could come out and meet us. I mean, that doesn't take any money, and we don't have to do it, but we could if we wanted to. Another one would be to have the Gateway High School media class render videos of things that the students are doing and put them out there, like the pictures or the artwork that's up and down the halls. So put it together. Perhaps there's an advisor who could step forward to do that if we wanted to. Where would the artwork go? Where would the videos go? Who would see it? How would all that work? We don't know. But if we wanted to do it, we would talk it through first and then try to put together a package that would help showcase some of the good things our students are doing. Another one, we could encourage the students or anybody else to participate in community events. For example, like that Independence Day parade. We already have the robotics team, sports teams, the bands, color guards, etc. Maybe we could have the kids do something else that we haven't thought of yet. So if we would, what would it be? What does the community need or want from the school district? What do we want the community to know about us that they don't already know? We don't know, but we could talk about that.
And as you know, Community Day has been rescheduled for September 13th.
Another thing, we've got the TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that. So is it doing okay? Does it need upgrade? Does it need featured? I don't know. I don't follow all that kind of stuff, but that could be something that maybe a club could be formed that could do that. I don't know how that would work, but it's something that maybe we're not doing as well as we could.
Mr. Ritter, are you volunteering to put the retreat together?
And then the General Assembly, the State General Assembly personnel and their staff, we could get some of those warm bodies from Harrisburg, bring them here, sit them down, introduce them to us and us to them, ask us what's on their plate, and have us ask what's on their plate, so that they at least get to know us a little bit better. And so we could also have some of the other school board members from around the area sit and chew the fat with us. How did you handle this? Where are you getting money for that? What works for you? What doesn't work? I mean, just meeting other school board members could be cathartic. So, yes, I would like to try to do this like the 3rd or 4th week of July. Something like that. Informal. Not everybody would have to come.
You said retreat
Not
or meet
everybody.
and greet? Which one? Both.
Board retreat.
Board retreat.
And then if we wanted to have a meet and greet, we could probably schedule it for after the election next year so that it wouldn't interfere with the election. There would be no bias. So,
That's a great idea.
So those are just some of the ideas I have. My guess is a lot of you guys have other good ideas as well. We would sit down for 2, 3, 4 hours, have some chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, cookies, iced tea, and stuff like that. We might come up with something that's valuable. Why not give it a shot? 3rd or 4th week of July, does that sound good?
So
I'll put
why
something
don't you
together.
send something out, we all can check our schedules, because I know some of us are going to be on
And it doesn't matter if not everybody can come. That's okay. Not everybody will be able to come.
Do you want to take the lead on this, Mr.
I'll
Ritter?
take the lead.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just going to target the 3rd or 4th week of July. I'll just pick a day like Saturday, one of those Saturdays, and find a place and see who can come and who can't.
Okay, sounds good. With that, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you. And everybody have a happy and safe 4th of July.